So, I recently bought a Lance Milan. I'm still in the process of tearing it apart, getting everything back together, checking everything out. I've been researching as much as I can find out about the machine and the model type. This is the Xenon Freebird, and it's also common to about a dozen different named machines, like BMS and Fly Scooter and a bunch of other ones. So I expect this trailing link front suspension is pretty common to several of these scooters. And I found an old post that said that he was concerned about this nut on the back side of the trailing arm because it was loose, finger tight. And he said what happened was when he tightened it down, that trailing arm locked. And sure enough it does. That can't be right. So I took it apart to see if I could figure out why it did that and how to make it better. What I found out is when you take this apart, there's two little grommets that are pressed in. Where'd they go? Pressed into the trailing arm, and that's the hard steel wearing surface. And there's a bushing that's supposed to slide into that hole and be loose in there. And that's what spins and gives you the wearing surface. So when you tighten that down, it sticks out a little bit, just a hair on either side. So you can tighten that down tight and it'll still spin and it'll wear on that big surface instead of wearing on the sides of these, which aren't going to hold up very long. So this one was also stuck as tight as this one, and I had to use a C-clamp and a couple of sockets to press that pin out. I suppose you could try and beat it out or use a bolt somehow to push it out, but one way or another you got to get that pin knocked out of there. And then I put it on a drill press and I sanded it just a little bit. You don't want to change the length, you just want to make it a little bit smaller diameter so that it'll slip in there, because it's supposed to be snug, but it just has to move a little bit. Now I can grease that up and it should be all set. I'll do this other one and we should be good. One other thing to note is these pins on the trailing link, they're pressed in. So you won't be able to unscrew those. They're stuck in there pretty good. So you just need to undo the back side and then push them out. Now I just wanted to show you how I sanded that bushing down for the front suspension. You just stick it on a bolt, spin it on tight, snug it down. Take that over here. Put that in the drill press. And a little piece of sandpaper. Stir it up, it's going to be loud. Just trimming it just a little bit, because when I clean it up, smooth it off, wear it down just a hair, and then go back and try it on the bike and see if it fits. And once it gets close enough, then you're good.